Students, let's look at this anchor chart. In this center, we're going to learn something about inferencing. Inferencing is a skill that readers use to better understand what they're reading. You're going to take something that you already know, and you're going to find evidence in the text. You can also use pictures to try to figure out what's between the lines. The information sometimes is not literal. It's not right there in the text, so you have to use your head and what you know, your prior knowledge and what you're reading, and try to figure out, what is this author trying to tell us? What are they telling me about the character or telling me about something that's happening in the story? Let me give you an example. Let's work on a few examples. You ready, guys? Okay. The sky suddenly turns dark. You think you hear thundering. What can you infer about that? Yes. Yeah, that it's probably about to rain. Good job. Let's try another example. You see children lining up at the hall. You see a few pass by with their lunch bags in their hands. What can you infer about that? Yes, that's right. It's probably getting really close to lunchtime, or they're on their way to lunch. Great job, guys. You're already using the skill of inferencing. Now, let's look at one more picture. Okay, in this picture, we see a boy in a uniform. Look at his body language. I want you to turn and talk to the partner next to you right now and see what you can come up with. What can you infer about this picture? And also, while you're thinking, why do I think that? Why do you think that? What do I see in the picture that helps me think that? Okay, what do you think? You want to share? I agree. It was the same thing I was thinking. I said, he's in a uniform, looks like he just came from playing a game, and his body language is telling me he is not happy, he's sad. Maybe they what? Right, maybe they lost the game. Good job, guys. Now we're going to use this inferencing skill that we are learning, and we're going to apply it now to our story, Nuffle Bunny, A Cautionary Tale. I'm going to turn to one of the pages, and I'm going to read just a few lines. As I'm reading, I want you to also look at the pictures. The pictures help support the text. And then we're going to figure out what is probably happening next that's not written in the text. Trixie helped her daddy put the laundry into the machine. She even got to put the money into the machine. And then they left. But a block or so later, Trixie realized something. Look at the pictures. What do you think happened? So children, this is how we inference. So Professor, in Center A, which is for my lowest level readers, I explained the standard and the skill before diving into the book. I provided examples on inferencing, using the anchor chart and giving examples, real live examples, so that the students could make connections and just understand what I'm talking about when I use the word inferencing. I had the students do a turn and talk, and I tried to demonstrate a think aloud. After examples were discussed, I actually turned to a page in the book so that we could apply that newly learned skill. So the formative assessment that I would use is the formative would be just observing and listening to the discussions as they are happening. And the formative would be actually using a rubric that I created. And this is my rubric on inferencing, which is, did they provide a related response? Did they provide something that was meaningful? Maybe they made something really meaningful. Sorry, this one was somewhat, 2 stars. 3 stars, really meaningful, and 4 stars, which is the highest you can get on the rubric, which is not only making a meaningful reference, but also having the evidence to why they think that from the story, from the text, and from the illustrations. And that is my Center A.